Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. We finally moved on to the crafters. So I had gone ahead and got all of the crafters to level 80, which let me tell you, that was a process and it really hurt my wallet. I spent lots of gil trying to get all these crafters leveled up. Because my initial plans were to use the firmament to level up all the way to 80. But then I realized I can only do up to level 70. Because I could only get the bare minimum of XP off of the firmament quests. Because frankly, I just wasn't putting out enough, touch, quality, and control. So sadly, from 70 to 80, I had to do levies in the Crystarium, and that was a process. I had to spend some time remaking all my money that I had spent both on here and my main, and well, I did manage to recover a lot of all my gil and then some on here. My main's still in the red, so I'm still trying to process getting money back on there. Plus, the issue was with levies. I ran out of levies, so it took me several days to get all my levies back up. But we're now ready to take on all of the job quests. So we're going down the list from Carpenter. So Beaten, what's going on? By the way, these are also the job quests from 50 to 80 or 50 to 70. The crystalline mean quests will be their own video. Sessa, I trust you have continued carving away at perfection in our art. I have somewhat an unusual request for you today. Finding the owner of an errant spear. A member of Gridania's finest brought it to me after discovering it during his patrol. How it ended up in the North Shadows is a mystery, but it is a fine piece of craftsmanship. The style is undeniably Asgardian, though few could tell as much, as the spearhead is missing. To a master, however, the love of both Carpenter and wielder of this weapon is obvious. The haft has been worn smooth through use, revealing the quilted pattern of the wood. It is a king amongst lances. I thank the waiter for his help, though it is a great pity he cannot find the spearhead. Regardless, it deserves to be returned to he who loved it. I know I would be distraught if I lost such a treasure. As Guildmaster Medusa will keep me firmly rooted here, yet you, as an adventurer, have spread your branches far and wide, hence why I have brought it to your attention. Thankfully, the lance gives us a clue to its owner. Here, the winged crown of the Temple's Knights carved upon the shaft. Of course, this only somewhat narrows the field, but a member of their order may be able to help. Judging by the age of the spear, the more veteran, the better. In any case, I know now leave this in your capable hands. So, I have made all of the job-related items. You can buy all of the job items needed for the quests up until level 60. From level 60 beyond, you have to craft quest-specific items. So, it's not bad. It's better than spending money on materials or gathering materials. So, I actually really like that change. But my inventory has been suffering last week because I've been holding all these items. All right. I've been with the Temple Knights for more years than I care to remember. Outlived more than a few whelps too. So how might I help you, lass? Do you know who the owner of the spear is? Seven hells take me. I haven't seen a lance like this since I was a squire. The owners like to be as old as me, or dead. Who was that one bloke? Some fool joined the older order around when I did. Wanted to get himself killed by beastkin. The reason I remember him is because he found something. We found everything but his lance. I had a son too. Craven lad by the name of Bartholomew. known to hang out with about the Brum. Take the lance to him if you like, but if I'm right about it, I'm glad it's broken. Any lance that couldn't fend off a few beasts has no place with the Temple Knights. Ugh. Well, I was expecting to be more grateful. Fine. Hey guy. Bartholomew is my name, but business as an adventurer like yourself have with a lowly soldier like me. The spear. This is my father's spear. And you see it was in the Black Shroud? I was just a boy the last time I saw this. 'Twas the day my father rode off to battle the horror striding his steed. A fine man of the Temple Knights. Last time I saw him alive too. We got his body back by and by, mangled though it was the seven hells. Killed by a measly beastkin of all things. Damn milksop. That's the way Vishgard adventure. A man killed by dragons is a hero. And a man killed by beasts, well, let's just say I have my father to thank for the pox in my house. As I see it, my honor is mine to reclaim. I'll show the Temple Knights I'm worthy of their rings, with the only proof they'll accept. A Dravanian's corpse. Now, but I'll not let fight with the spear. I have no desire to be mauled to death, like my father. The bow is my weapon now, or it would be if I had a proper one to hunt dragons. You said you're a woman of the Carpenters Guild, didn't you? Could you do it? Fashion me a proper composite bow? I mean, 'tis a sudden request, I know, but... Philly Pilot? I'm gonna call you Philly. One moment, son, I'm busy. But why don't you say hello to the adventurer? You have to excuse the boy. It's just me and him now. I fear his manners have suffered for it. He's a bright lad, and I'm training to wield a bow. We'll eat for a week on the fowl he brings home. But I've got no delusions. This is a hard life. I want better for him. But back to the matter at hand. I'm not a rich man, and I don't have the guild to pay for a composite bow. But given time, I can scrape a bit together, and then I'll expect your finest. All right. Lucky for you, I had one on hand. I was about to look for you. I've been checking for the markets, and by my reckonings, I have enough to pay for the best holy cedar composite bow you can fashion, if you allow me a discount. I had to kill a number of lesser dragons for this coin. The pay shit, since any fool with a pointed stick can do for them. The real money is in the greater Dravanians. 'Tis really glorious too. A proper bow will take me one's head and win my knighthood with any luck. I ask you on my bended knee, friend. Accept what I can pay and make me a fine bow. Here you go. No problem. Why, it just lies a feather. Even in mail, my arm will never tire while holding it, and the draw's weight thrice that of my last bow. Aye, this will fling a heavy broadhead a good 200 yalms. Thank you, my friend. To tell the truth, I don't mean to hunt just any dragon. I got a hunt in mind. Oh God, Guru Vailu. I'm gonna just call him Guru. Bastard as well might be covered in steel armor. Even knights can't pierce his scales with their lances, let alone their arrows. But a well-aimed shot from this bow might slide between his plates. He's woken from a long sleep, you see. Last time he did, he left a trail of corpses. Guru's head will win me my knighthood and a better life for my boy. Not that Philly sees it that way. Could you call him an adventurer? He's always away from home these days. Spends all his time hunting out near the manufactory. Alright. Let's see above, because I don't see him below. There he is. Shh! Can you see him busy hunting? These birds come to the city to avoid the winds. They're easy to catch, even without a bow. I just lay out traps for them. Father wants me to come home? No. He keeps leaving to fight dragons no matter how many times he gets hurt. I don't want to see him. Well, I can understand that to some extent. All right. No luck. Sorry to put you through that. I just wanted to see his face before I left. But no matter, I'm off to hunt, and if the gods are good, I'll slay Guru by the time we next meet. Alright. Alright, did you kill it? So things did not... Well, not yet won my knighthood. Not on account of your bow. While I wager I could send an arrow clean through the greatest of dragons, but it would require the right bowman to do it. I fear I'm not that bowman. I waited for the right moment and loosed the shot with all my strength, only to watch Guru dodge it with ease. All I did was anger the dragon, and his error was terrible. I ought to be dead by rights. 'Tis a miracle that priest passed by when he did. I owe him my life, and I'll not leave that debt unpaid. But I was unsure how I might go about it until you showed up. You're a craftswoman, no small repute. Couldn't you make the man out of staff for me? He's something of a conjurer. I've no doubt he would admire your handiwork, though I can't say I know what kind of staff he'd like. You'll have to take that up with the man himself. Please make him whatever he desires. On my honor, you'll not go unpaid. Alright. Where you at? Can I help you? Sent to repay me, you say? And after I insisted I didn't need anything. Oh well, you know how these fellas are. Never happy until their honor is satisfied. Well, I shan't play coy any longer. My cane was damaged, and it's about time I had a new one. I would welcome a dark chestnut raw if you'd be so kind. Here you go. Always come prepared. Ew. Hell on above. Wood feels alive, warm as if it still remained rooted into the ground. Why, I can tend to far more ailments now. This is a masterwork, and you mean to say that you made this, my child? I mean, no offense, of course, but I expected something less than this. Philly is a fine boy, but when he promised to repay me for interceding in his father's behalf, I do not think he would have the means to do so. Oh, I beg your pardon. His father commissioned you. Oh, I brought a clutch of fowls, thanks. They're good plump ones, too. Ah, Philly, that is most kind of you. I very much appreciate the thought. But a growing boy needs more food than I, eh? Please, take them for yourself. What your father sent was thanks enough. My father sent thanks? My father? Indeed, my dear boy. He's an honorable man. Like father, like son, eh? Now I must be going. There are many more who need tending. I'm itching to try out the staff. How long I keep you all? Oh, and pass along my thanks to both of you, if you please. I'm the one who told the monastic, you know, told him that my father might get hurt fighting the dragon. But don't you dare tell father what I did. Though I asked for help would only shame him. If only he'd stopped this nonsense on his own. Man, I get both points. The father wants to do right by his son, but the son doesn't want him going off risking his life every time. It's kind of a, I mean, I get both points, so it's kind of hard to tell who's in the wrong here. priest like it. Ha! I'll wager if he did that. You made it after all. It's not much here, but here, your payment. Now I'm out to practice. I'm not sure archer just yet, but that almost cost me my life. But no matter what, I'll not suffer that dragon to live. I mean, 1,000 gold is not really gold. 1,000 gil is not much of a payment, but I'll take the silver pieces. That will make up for it a little bit. I'm glad of the chance to see you, Cecil. Since last we spoke, I spent every spare moment at the butts. I'm not confident I'm worthy of your weapon, and with some luck, I'll have to be able to slay Guru low. In fact, I'd have already left to do so, but the bow has gone missing. I haven't seen you feel you today either. You don't think? Quickly, help me search. I'll look for the boy on the broom if you take the holy stables. Oh boy, he took the bow! The bow thief! How dare you! If he doesn't have his bow, he can't leave. Philly, what in the seven hells were you thinking? Why do you have to fight Guru? What if you don't come back this time, Father? What then? Son, I will come back. Why do you think I took up the bow? The dragon can't hurt me if he can't hit me. Like he didn't hit you last time? You'd be dead if I haven't told the priest. What's that? I told him. I begged him to help, so you wouldn't... You could have died, Father. Philly, I never knew you worried so. But you've got to understand there's no other path to knighthood for me. Without the dragon's head, we've got no future. And you deserve more than this life, son. I like this life. I don't want you to die, Father. Son. Father, if you really must fight him, then find a safer way. If there were one, we'd all be dragon slayers. Have you even tried? My snares catch birds. Could a large trap catch a dragon? Then you can kill it with ease. I suppose so. We need the right kind of wood, but Cecil could help with that, couldn't you? That's the best idea I've heard so far. Some might call me craven, but I can take that for the boys' sake. Let's give it a try. Can't leave them all alone, like I was. We'll need your help, Cecil, and good lumber. For Guru, I'd say 3 things at least. Do you know what one splinter, even though holding a living dragon? Well, what about your timber master? Wouldn't he know? I can go ask. A snare? For a dragon? That guardian spear has led you to unexpected places, it seems. Well, I can tell you greenwood best suits your needs. Dragon's ear will destroy a lot less pliable. New cut timber can freeze, however. You must need to find a resistant to cold climes. Nothing readily jumps to mind, but I do know a botanist who works in the cold of Corthus. Goes by the name of Roitlorn. You'll find him at Skyfire Locks. He's an expert of sorts. I suggest you consult with him. I know, Roy. Hey, buddy. Pay an old buddy a visit. Hello, right? Out to trap a dragon, eh? Well, you certainly don't want for ambition. I believe birch will be your best for your purposes. Wood doesn't share the beauty of oak or teak, but it has no equal when it comes to flexibility. Moreover, it absorbs little moisture as a green would, and will not turn turn brittle by freezing. Alright. I need to go to... Where am I going? From? Have you had any luck finding the proper lumber, Cecila? I did. Here you go. Birch, eh? If it's as flexible as you say, Guru won't be able to break free. I think I can be able to find a trap out of this. No doubt you went to some trouble. Here, have this. It's not much, but hopefully it shows my thanks. Now, let's see if I can't get that dragon, eh? Let's hope. I had him, Cecila, right in the trap, writhing. But I made a stupid mistake. Sure, Guru couldn't force his way out, but, well, I never took him for a fire breather. Of course, I loose arrows like a madman when he broke free, but my arrows just bounced off his scales, so I fled, like I promised Philly. But I'm not done yet. This experience has taught me I don't know about Guru as I ought to. He must have a weak spot, and I mean to find it. I'd like your help if you're willing. His armor is the problem. I gotta figure out how to pierce it, and he thrashed about in the trap enough that I'm wagering he left the scale behind. Could you go and examine the wreckage? It's in the convictory now. Give the soldier my name, and he'll let you have a look. We'll discuss the strategy when you return. For the moment, I'd like to spend some time with my boy. So yeah, if you notice that little quest pop up before the dialogue, this is one thing I never really liked initially when these quests first came out, and why I never completed them until I was like level 80. Because all the crafter jobs for the level 60 quest requires the master book 3 for the respective jobs. So like Master Carpenter 3, Master Blacksmith 3, blah blah blah, and you get those 2 scripts. Granted, it's extremely easy to get yellow scripts now, but back then I didn't really care, so I never did them. I literally got everything to level 80 and eventually did all the job quests. It took me, I think it was last year that I eventually got around to doing all of the job quests. Both of you? Oh, the trap. Made that into firewood, I did. It's freezing here. Found a spearhead, though. Stuck in the dragon, most like. Have it. Can't burn it, can I? Alright. Well, did you find the Guru's scale? No, but I found this. 7 hells, Tesla. Remember my father's spear? This is a spearhead. This can only mean he fought Guru. But that means Guru killed him. My father died a knight's death. Father must have driven his lance into Guru. Stayed in the dragon's body, even through his 20-year sleep. When the dragon awoke, he flew somewhere over the shroud where the shaft fell. Only the spearhead remained. By finding the pieces of the lance, we've learned the truth. But fate's been never even kinder than that. It's given us the way to kill Guru too. Somewhere between the dragon scales is an open wound. The spearhead long lodged there will have kept it a gate. If I send an arrow into it, but can I hit such a target? If I miss, No, I cannot risk it. Only Lance will serve here. No, please don't, Father. It's too dangerous. Grandfather fought grew with the lance and he died. You barely escaped last time, and only because you were using a bow. I can end this with one thrust, Philly. Besides, I'm better with the spear, and I've got an ally your grandfather didn't have. Cecil, she can fashion me a weapon finer than my father's. I won't lose, son. I can't lose. Fine, die, see if I care. Son, I'm sorry, but my mind is made up. Cecil, I need a new lance. My father's was ferrite, but I wished for an adamantite trident. It's worth a gil, even to dip into my reserve coin, and if it allows me to clear my father's sullied name, you can name your price. Yep. You need the Master Book 3, which I've already gone ahead and getting for all the respective jobs, obviously, because I have the item in question. Or you can buy it. Alright, this is what I need. A spearhead keen as a dragon's claw, and a sturdy haft welcoming the hand. Even from you, this is better than I dreamed. Just like Guru, I'll have to drive this into his heart through the wound my father left. I have no doubt I can do so with this. I'll line wait in the Giovanni where he hunts, to the north of the Convictory. But I've got one last request of you. Philly will be sulking around the holy stables. Please tell him why I'm doing this, and now I will be coming home. Ugh. For Grandfather's honor? He really said that? He's never said anything nice about Grandfather. Milksop, lackwit, traitor even. But he always believed. But maybe he always believed. Secretly. Alright, I'll believe my father too. I can't just sit back and wait for him to come home, can I? Please come with me to watch him, Cecil. Is that... I think it's a little too dangerous, don't you think? Whatever. I can fend for myself, but I don't know about you. A guy we're here to watch. But the spear and Guru was... Did you see that, Father? Couldn't have done it without you. You did it! You did it! Philly? What in Hell's name are you doing here? Father, the way you moved your lance. I was wrong to doubt you. You're a proper dragon slayer now. I am at that. I avenged my father and cleared his name. I've earned the bloody title. When the Order recognizes me, you'll finally get the life you deserve, son. Cecil, I asked much of you and never let me down. You got my thanks. I could not have slain Guru without this lance. If only my father had such a fine weapon. I've got to go where rest and apologize. I lost faith in him. I listened to what others said. I've said more than my fair share of unkind things over the years, too. Where is he, Father? Nearby. I've never been, but it's time you've met him, Philly. Me and the boy visit my father's grave. It's in the Lich Yard in the Gorgain Mills. Not so far from here. He would have liked you, Cecilla. Why not join us? The Lich Yard, huh? Way out here, huh? Alright. Father, this is Cecilla. She's the one who made the trident. What I'm trying to say is, Guru's dead. I killed him. And this is Philly. He's my son. And your grandson. I should have brought him sooner. I should have done many good things sooner. But believe in you. Defend your honor. You were a brave knight, and a better man than I. Mine was the blow that killed Guru, but only because your thrust was true. Farewell, Father. I'll be back. We'll go and make the truth about my father known to the Temple Knights. Aye, and the dragon's death, too. Thank you, Cecilla. None of this would have been possible without you. No problem. Alright. Those quests are done. Now let's do the next batch. Hey guy, what's next? Ah, Cecil, the very carpenter I thought to call upon. A little late putting this up, but it's going up. Well, I was gonna put it up, but okay, there it goes. OBS just didn't want to cooperate with me. One of our few new recruits seemed dispirited of late, though I have approached her on several occasions. She is reluctant to share her troubles with me. May I begin to start talking to her? She's like to be far more receptive to a brave and amenable woman such as yourself. Semi is her name. You can find her out front treating cedar logs. Alright, last, what's the problem? Good gods, you're Cecilla, famed adventurer and Beaton's most promising disciple. What are you doing here? Ah, yes, that. It's something I can speak to most of the guild members about, much less Timber Master Beaton. You see, our guild, it's in peril. Our sales continue to plummet, and if this downward trend is to continue, I know not what will become of it. What concerns me more than that, however, is the toll that has been taken on the timber master. He's been working tirelessly and refuses to stop to even drink or eat or drink. It's almost as though he's attempted to make up for everything at the expense of his own health. If this continues, I'm afraid he won't have the strength to grip a saw, much less restore the Carpenter's Guild to its former glory. But not all is yet lost. May have found a solution. If we were to speak with some of the locals to learn what kind of furniture designs are currently in demand, we can alter our products to fit their tastes and improve our sales. It is, however, a rather monumental task for someone to take on alone. Doubly so for an experienced carpenter like me. Cecil, will you help me out? Why not? Carpenters gotta help each other out. Oh, thank you so very much. Now then, let's begin by interviewing potential customers at the Carline Canopy. Alright. What sort of furniture have I been buying? Lately I've been purchasing a lot of Far Eastern style items. After all, that's what's popular nowadays. I recently finished building a house in the lavender beds and have been furnishing it with Dolmen-themed furniture. The bold yet delicate patterns prevalent in much of their work greatly resonates with me. I'm seeing a theme here. Can't jump over that? What is this? Furniture? I must say that the Hagen furnishings trickling in from the Far East has struck a chord with me. People are often far too eager to forsake their own heritage in exchange for keeping up with the latest fads. I, on the other hand, take great comfort in knowing my furniture embodies generation upon generation of tradition. How is the furniture from the Far East has so far surpassed the popularity of our local products? Gordania is home to carpenters whose skills unmatched. Or so I thought, or at least so I thought. At this rate, our guild will fall into obscurity. Once convinced the timber master beaten to immediately begin producing Far Eastern furniture if we were to have the chance of surviving. Had I more clout with them, I wouldn't hesitate to march in there and tell them as much, but as it stands, I'm afraid you won't take what I have to say seriously. If you, historic people, were to accompany me, however, my words will hold more sway. You'll come with me? Fantastic! Let's go and pitch my idea to the timber master then. Duh! No! You! I suppose the two of you here to discuss because this is something you'd like to discuss? What did I just say? You try that again. I suppose the two of you here because there's something you'd like to discuss. Very well, have at it. Sir, as you might be already aware, fires and furnishings have recently been flooding the market, with men and women all across Gordania, Eorzea even, only too eager to buy them. We are at great risk of falling behind. I believe, however, if we were to get ahead of this trend and begin manufacturing products of Oriental design, we can convince more customers to purchase from us and improve the status of our guild. Oh? You think procuring crude imitations will suffice? I'll not have it said that we compromise on quality. If you're truly committed to this proposal, I will support you, provided you accept one condition. You are to travel to Gugane. There you'll immerse yourself in their rich history and culture, both of which have given shape to their craft. Developing a greater understanding for these things will allow you to produce items of a similar caliber to those found in that region. That's it? That's the condition? Of course, I'd be delighted to go there. In fact, I shall make brave to depart post-haste. Wish me luck. I'll send you a letter once I arrive. I wonder if she truly understands the purpose of my sending her there. At the very least, she seems to overcome her despair. I suspect I have you to thank for that, Cecila. Well, then I suppose all it's left for us to do is wait for her letter. Okay. Cecila, I've received word from Semi. She has made it safely to Kugane. Or rather, that is what I have surmised in this letter that goes into great detail about the various new foods she says she has tried there. While I was the one to suggest she embark upon this trip alone, I may have come to rethink my decision. If this letter is any indication, she needs a mentor to guide her in her studies in Kugane, someone to keep her from becoming distracted from her goals. I would like for you to be that person. To ensure that she accomplishes what I sent her to do, I'll have the two of you search for local residents who appear to be troubled. Employing your carpentry skills, you are to find a way to solve their problems. Thank you, child. It's good to know that I can always rely on you. I imagine there are a number of things you need to attend to before you leave, so I will say my farewells to you there. To you here. Till you return, Cecil. Alright. Cecila, it says the Tremere paths will convert so soon, and here of all places. I certainly hope you've been enjoying this splendid city as much as I am. I've only just arrived, but I'm already completely enamored with its people, food, and customs. Everything here is so different, so unique. Something which can no doubt be attributed to Kugane's extended isolation from the rest of the world. Take, for example, the delicate motifs that recur in much of their work. You would never be able to find this in Eorzea. Ah, forgive me. Sure you didn't come all this way to listen to my musings and such things. Though, why exactly have you come here again? For me, you say? This is fantastic! Together we're sure to have a grand time touring the area and taking the sights. Aha! So, Timbermaster would have us search for the troubled citizens and fix their problems with saws and hammers. What a brilliant idea! Not only will this help me improve my skills, it will also afford me the perfect opportunity to establish my reputation as a carpenter. We have a moment to waste, so let's scour the streets and see if anyone is in need of our assistance. Gotta go over here. Alright, who's in need of some help around here? Cecila, thank the matron here. I found someone in need of our services. There's just one teensy problem. Why is it no one will ever listen to what I have to say? She approached me asking if anything was wrong, so I thought this time it would be different. As soon as I began talking, however, she sat down and began banging her tools together. Please, I cannot take this many more. Madam, I need your help. Your help. I'm just so fed up with the way I look. With this lank hair and these plain features, I melt right into the crowd. No one ever remembers who I am. After this, even you will probably forget me. My confidence dwindles by the day. It is to a point where I must summon every ounce of strength to even speak to someone. It's a little over dramatic, don't you think? I'm so sorry, I had no idea you felt that way. Mother was right. I need to learn to listen instead of jumping to my own conclusions. Don't worry, madam. We'll find an answer to your problems. Now, please, if you allow me to escort you to the Shiokaze hostelry, where we might wait while we figure out how to get about this. Cecil, in the meantime, can you go and interview some of the Muchikoza actors? Muchikoza? Sure, they'll know how to best gain people's attention and have more confidence. Alright, What about you? What do you got to say? A woman who feels overlooked and is not confident in her own skin? That simply will not do. Perhaps your friends should try out using cosmetics. Changing your external appearance often has the added benefit of transforming how you feel about yourself and how the world perceives you. Take us for example. We are an aggressive burly bunch with a dash of eyeshadow and a bit of blush. However, even we will turn to gaggle for girls before your very eyes. When we think we are girls, we become girls. Simple as that. That logic is very wrong. Confidence? You ask me ways of gaining confidence? The best way to do that would be to improve yourself, whether that be from the inside out, or inside or outside in. Well, you. Have I ever been ignored by an audience? Of course I have. When that happens, you pack a bit more powder into your face and spruce up your costume. When you'll find yourself standing a little straighter, talking a little louder, and moving a little bolder. And that's when you're sure to steal the show. Alright. Oh, I missed it. Sus, I think the gods have returned. Please, please, please tell me you thought of something. What can we make to help our friend raise her self-esteem and be noticed? A fine spear to strike down all who pay her no minds. A lavish dressing case to be filled with powders and blushes. A dazzling lamp to attract the audience. Let's go with the dressing case. A wonderful solution. Cosmetics will allow you to enhance your features so she might stand out from the crowd. When people begin paying her more attention, she'll regain their lost confidence. While you're away, I took the initiative to gather some materials. Here, have a look and take what we require. Everything we spend will be reimbursed by the guilds, so don't feel free to hold back. Thanks. So yeah, this is kind of like the Namazu Beast tribes, where you have to quest specific items. So for this, we got that. And it's pretty simple to make. There's no need to hesitate. Okay. Wait, who am I giving this to? Oh, you. Here we go. Look at that! That thing's huge! Holy shit, I thought it was gonna be something small. A dressing case? It is incredibly beautiful, but I fail to see how it will help me. It's freaking huge. So you're saying altering my look will change the way I feel about myself and how people react to me? Certainly worth a try. While I wouldn't self-pity as I have done until now, it will fix nothing. This box, however, might. May I have a look? Ooh. Oh, it's so beautiful! Everything down to the last detail has been crafted with such delicate precision. It's no wonder Timbermaster Beaton holds you in such high regard. Even with years of practice, I doubt I'd be able to craft something so splendid. Madam, please accept my sincerest apologies for the earlier distress I caused you. I should have been more considerate of your feelings. No, 'tis I who must apologize. If only I had the strength to convey my thoughts and trust in my own voice, none of this would have been an issue. Besides, I dare say the meeting that to you may well be a turning point in my life. From the bottom of my heart, I'd like to thank you for your help. I wish you all the very best in your endeavors. Where the hell did she steal that thing? That thing was huge? Where the hell did she stow it? Yeah, her words have lit a fire within me, like anything I've ever felt before. While I've been nothing but a hindrance thus far, I promise it won't be much longer. Where the hell did she hide that thing? The thing was probably that thing was probably as big as her. Thank you, Cecil. Without you, I think that lady might never have been found a way to conquer that which has been holding her back. Do you think there will be ever come a day when I'll be able to address the client's problems with the same swiftness that you do? But what am I saying? With a little practice and the effort, nothing is impossible. There is much for me to learn, and it's time I take full advantage of all the Far East has to offer. Together with us, refine our skills and convene once more when we have gotten to a level we are satisfied with. Okay. Good. What's next? Oh, there's manipulation. Huh. Ah, Cecil, you're here. Since we last met, I've been working day and night to improve my shortcomings as a carpenter. I leap in leaps and bounds from where I once was. Until now, I've been undependable. I promise you, however, that from this moment forward, you'll be seeing an entirely new side of me. To prove to you just how much I've changed, I took the initiative and found us a new client. Her name is Umi. She runs the local tea house. I even finished crafting the item she requested of me. Are you impressed yet? Well, there's more. I'm scheduled to deliver it at her stop. You'll come with me, won't you? After all, my first successful business transaction is something you'll not want to miss. Something tells me this is not quite... This isn't going to turn out very well. What do you mean you can't use this? I took special care to listen to every word you said. This is exactly what you asked for. This charming little sign is certain to attract droves of customers. Exactly what I asked for? It's a far cry from it. I told you I wanted something which would help me establish a base of regular patrons. This is an advertisement aimed at the general public, the precise opposite of what I need. Even if I request this ridiculous sign, what makes you think it would do anything to convince customers to come here? The writing on it is illegible. You can scarcely make out the name of my shop. Oh dear. Cecil, help. Ah, you brought a friend. You look like you have your good head on your shoulders. Perhaps you'll be able to help me. Excellent. Well, I cannot quite place my finger on it. I suspect my tea house lacks something in the way of ambience. I'd like for you to figure out exactly what that something might be and make me furnishings or accessories to improve it. If you find yourself short on ideas, you might speak with some of my customers. Perhaps you can ask them for their opinions on what might enhance their experience here. As it seems, I'm no longer needed here. I shall return to the Shiokaze hostelry and prepare some materials for you. Once you decide what it is you want to craft, come look for me and I shall provide you with what you need. Apologies, but I was just on my way out. If only this place was more willing to accommodate smokers, I would be much more than inclined to stay. How would I go about improving this place? While I have no complaints about the tea or food, it would be nice if they had books or a place to smoke to help pass the time. What about you? For all the good food and drink, it still lacks warmth. I would come here twice as often as if they had a corner where I could sit back, relax, and have a smoke after a long day. They're all a bunch of smokers. Cecil, I know not how to apologize to you. Seems the harder I try, the more work I create for you. Ow! Everyone has their rough starts. I'd like to figure out what it is that I'm doing wrong. I thought my problem was listening, so I made sure to take note of every word that came from my client's mouth. But it made no difference in the end. But I digress. Now is not the time to be dwelling on my failure. Let's concentrate on fulfilling the tea shop proprietor's request. Do you have any ideas what we can make to satisfy her? A cudgel with which she can defend her establishments. Pipe box so people can have. Well, they're talking about smokers, so that's it. I've noticed many men and women who do indulge on occasion. Setting a pipe box in the air is the perfect way to invite them to a leisurely smoke after they finish their tea. It's certain to keep them coming back. Now let's see about making it. You'll be needing this, and maybe some of that. And of course this. Here, this should be everything. I think the tea house owner is quite eager to receive her delivery. If you could finish the pipe box and see that it gets her quickly, I'd greatly appreciate it. I mean, the onsen would be nice, but I think it's a little extreme. How about this? A pipe box, you say? Ah, but of course, why didn't I think of that? Most of our customers smoke. Inviting them to do so here after they finish their sweets and tea will no doubt encourage them to stop by more regularly. Do you see now, little lady? This is what I was asking for. Oh yes, it's crystal clear now. Cecil's a master carpenter, and in contrast, I'm nothing but a miserable failure. Might I take a look at that? Oh, look at who it is! What the hell are you doing here? Great gods! Dinner Master Beaton, what are you doing here? I felt the call of the wood had followed it here. Ah yes, the intricate metal inlay, coupled with the finely polished wooden exterior, leads me to believe this is your work. This is your work, Cecil? You have quite the sense of humor, child. My dear lady, it seems my protege has seen fit to furnish you with a pipe box in the truest sense of the word. What, pray tell, do you mean? The pipe box holds ash, and this particular one is made of ash lumber. Mayhap, however, you'll need to be a carpenter to fully appreciate the joke. Huh. Mayhap indeed. All jesting aside, I would like to thank you for this magnificent gift. Cannot wait to see the reaction it will elicit with my guests. Sammy, from what I understand, Cecil made a pipe box at the request of a client. Tell me, why is it that you also did not craft one? I'm sorry, sir. I've been giving it my all. Really, I have, but the sad truth is that nothing I make is good enough to satisfy anyone. That's why I thought it would be best to stick to simply gathering materials. It's always a struggle in the beginning, but that is no excuse to quit. Failure builds character which will allow you to grow as a craftsman. While it may not feel like it, you have grown a great deal during your sojourn here in Kugane. However, it is time you packed your bags. You're to journey to Yangsha next, to the lands beyond the Ruby Sea. Yes, sir. I shall make ready to depart straight away. Cecil, I'll be going ahead of you, but worry not. Once I arrive, I shall send you a letter telling you where we can meet. Sammy, before you go, let me just say this. You have a firm grasp of all the basics and sharp intuition. Besides, there is, however, one thing that is holding you back. You strive solely for perfection. Remember, your purpose is not to create something flawless, but something authentic. Something unique that will be cherished for years and years to come. So he came all this way just to look at our pipe box, gave a few words of advice, and now he's leaving? Really? How exciting is this? I'm going to Yangsha. Don't you fret, Cecil. Like I mentioned earlier, once I've settled in, I'll send a letter to you by way of Kodakaze. This time I have every intention of living up to Timber Master Beaton's expectations. Why, I dare say we shall even be returning from our journey with a tale or two on how charmed I I charm my way into the locals' hearts with my carpenter skills. Till we meet again, Yangsha. Well, at least she's confident. Cecil, a letter from Semi has just arrived for you. Dear Cecil, I'm writing to tell you that I arrived in a tiny village in Yasha known as Namai. It's such a delightful place. Every day I stumble across something new, whether it be the unusual materials they employ in their construction or the unfamiliar but delicious foods. Oh yes, the food here is exquisite, and the desserts are even better. In fact, the sugar-coated dumplings they have are simply to die for. I'll be sure to treat you to some when you come. See you soon. Yours truly, Semi. Alright, lass. What have you improved on? Cecil, how wonderful it is to see you. It's been far too long. Have you tried any of the local cuisine yet? If you haven't, I know the perfect place for us to start. I'm good. What about craft? I was planning to take you there purely to discuss business, I swear. After all, we're better to do that than over food. Get. Alright. Your disapproval has been duly noted. Instead of going for food, let us search for any people who might be in need of our assistance then. What about you? Yeah, help? Yes, I could use some of that. You see, in the days before the Empire held dominion over our lands, I was a chef. While our freedom from them is fleeting, I would nevertheless like to use this opportunity to once again pursue my passion for cooking. As such, I've been thinking of open up my own restaurant. To do so, I need to procure basic furnishings for my future shop. It is not a simple task. Most of what I have come across either far too expensive or of poor quality. Then you may be pleased to hear consider that you stand before two highly skilled members of the Carpenters Guild in Gridania. We shall see that you receive your furnishing. Receive the furnishing you require. You would do this for me? Most certainly. What kind of furnishings do you need? Apart from tables and chairs, I need something that will allow my guests to feel at ease. Those from the Enclave have different dining habits to those of us here in Namai. I'd like to create an environment where both would feel equally welcome. Please leave it to us, sir. Now, Cecil, what do you say we try making things a tad more interesting? Let's turn this into a competition. We'll each make something for our client and present the finished product to him. You'll then judge them and decide on a winner. Pretty, please? Won't you do it for me? Still, I could show the Timber Master beaten. I'm just as skilled as all the other carpenters in the guild. Ha! It's settled then. Go about making the furniture however you will, but I recommend you speak with the people here before getting started. Some have lived here for their entire lives. Some once lived in the Enclave. With their help, you may better understand the subtle differences in our ways. Thank you, sir. We'll be sure to do that. Cecil, once you've decided what you'll be making, you'll come and find me. I'll furnish you with any materials you might need. Hey, guy. The only difference is that table manners are practically non-existent out here. The people have good hearts, but they have no sense of etiquette. They'll eat their food in the streets and sip their teas in front of you. One should take their meals behind closed doors with family or friends. It'd be nice if they would at least eat a pint of partitioner of some sort. Spare the rest of us the sight. Look, a little harsh. I would say that people here from the Enclave are more elegant than us. Never seen one with the hair out of place or in clothes that have not been neatly pressed. They place great importance on rules, manners, and fashion over there. I bet. What do you think? Yes, I suppose you could say I am from the Enclave, though I lived here most of my life. When I was young, my family and I fled to this village that we might escape Imperial troops. What? you'd like for me to demonstrate the difference in dining habits. I'm afraid there's nothing, something I cannot help you with. Why not? Well, fine. Give me an attitude. That's if you find out what you'll be making. I'll be building the entire restaurant from the ground up. A wooden shield to protect the food from, well, you know. Ornate partitions that can be hung between each of the tables, yes. It seems like more reasonable partitions, but that seems so dull. That's not what you're really thinking of to make, is it? Wait, you're not trying to do this on purpose, are you? Well, I know I'm not as good as you. Never did I think you saw me as far beneath you, you'd feel to do this. My apologies, it seems I jumped to conclusions again. I know you're not the type of person to do something like that. It's no excuse, but lately I've been on edge. I can't shake the feeling this is my last chance to convince Timbermaster Beaton that I'm a capable carpenter, worthy of being called as such. If I don't, he might stop assigning me work, and I might as well leave the guild. I shall not let it come to that. No matter what it takes, I must find a way to prove myself. Oh, I completely forgot. I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to blabber on about my worries. After all, you're here for materials, aren't you? Here you are. Feel free to come back if it's not enough. Okay. Alright, here we go. What do we hear? May I? Where the hell did you come from? Sir! Hello? I like how he just appeared from behind there like Houdini. Timbermaster Beaton. This table is exquisite. It's extremely sturdy, yet manages to maintain a sleek and elegance. And these Dolmen-style engravings that run up and down the sides of the legs. If I don't know better, I would guess they were the work of a more practiced pair of hands than your own, Semi. Now, Cecil, let's see yours. Simple, but all the more stunning for it. The lacquer finish is a nice touch. I like gloss that is just enough to enhance the natural blush of the wood, but not overpower it. While both of these are masterpieces in their own right, I will say this: the detailed engravings on the table are something even a highly skilled artisan would struggle to recreate. What do you think, sir? The moment I saw, I knew which one of these I wanted. Desperately needed, even. I choose... What's he gonna pick? This one! That Cecil's a better carpenter than me, I won't deny. That she has skills I could only ever dream of attaining, I'll also admit. But I put my heart and soul into that table. Sir, why is it you chose Cecil's partisans over Sammy's table? Simple really. Dolmen city folk are a private store. They would appreciate the way these wooden barriers would hide them from the sight as they eat. The young lady's table is magnificent, a work of art even. However, it does not fulfill the needs of my customers like these partisans do. It seems the time it took to carve their intricate detailing of this table would have been better spent interviewing the local citizens. Sammy, do you understand what has you lost? You were so focused on demonstrating your own skill that you disregard the needs of the client. Cecil, on the other hand, spoke with the residents of this village. which inspired her to create these partitions. A product that places the customer's needs above all else. In that sense, the difference between your table and her partitions is the difference between a decent carpenter and a master of the craft. That said, this is where your journey ends. I expect to see you both back in Gridania shortly after I return. No, it can't be. Please tell me Timber Master Beaton hasn't given up on me. Oh, what am I to do? Is your friend alright? While I cannot claim to understand what any of that was about, I would like to thank you for your wonderful contribution. It is sure to suit my restaurant perfectly. Alright. What's going on here? Timber Master Beaton, thank the matron you've returned. The drawers of this desk you made for me are broken. Is there a chance they can be fixed? I shall see that it can be done. After all, I can hardly say no to someone who has so cherished one of my creations as you have. Timber Master Beaton, sir, my son. He has just been accepted into the Order of the Twin Adder. To celebrate, I'd like to have him crafted with a fine spear. Order of the Twin Adder. That's quite the accomplishment. Very well, shall I make him one that will see him through all his battles. Wait, sir, come back! I also had a request for him, but I suppose I'll have to wait. I should have known getting the finest carpenter in all of Gridania to make something for me wasn't exactly going to be an easy task. Excuse me, if you don't mind my asking, why is it that all of you like Timber Master Beaton so much? When you ask him to make something, he creates the item for you and you alone. To make something for that person and that person alone. Thinking back, that's how I first got into carpentry. I was born into a family poorer than dirt, one where we couldn't afford to purchase even the most basic of furniture. My mother raised us by herself, working from dawn until dusk so that my sisters and I wouldn't go to bed hungry every night. As a result, she pushed herself too hard, and one day, the pain in her back became too much to bear. Seeing her suffering drove me to become her armchair in which she could rest from time to time. It was all young me could think to do. While the finished product creaked and buckled under her weight, not for a single moment as I was making it, did I lose sight of the fact that I was doing it all for her. I've been so preoccupied with myself, trying to improve my skills, that somewhere along the way I forgot the most important thing. It's never too late to remember that and begin anew. Semi, the key to harnessing your own potential is to recognize what is holding you back. From here, you can only grow. Yes, sir, you're absolutely right. There is still hope for me. Cecil, thank you for supporting me until now. It's only because of you that I have come this far. In fact, I go as far as to say that our grand adventures together have made me feel as though I've been born again. I'm looking forward to exploring the world of carpentry once more. Huh. She is not the only one who owes you a debt of gratitude. While I am skilled at working with wood, I'm not nearly so adept at dealing with people and their problems. You have helped Semi in ways I could not. You're part of the reason I have such high hopes for the girl. With a mentor like you to look up to, she'll no doubt flourish. That's why I ask that you speak with her one last time before you leave. Alright, lass. Tesla, you'd be happy to hear that Timber Master Beaton has finally deemed me my work good enough to begin taking on some of my own clients. Isn't it so exciting? That's not to say I'll forget my studies or the guild's troubles, however. In between commissions, I will be spending my time practicing how to make oriental furniture. That way I can retain all that I learned from our trips to Kugani and Namai. But that's not all. I'll be keeping the people we met there in mind. They'll help me to remember that I'm making this furniture not for myself, but for those around me. You'll see, Cecil, I'm going to work so hard that one day you'll be as good as you. You got a lot of work to do then. Cecil, there you are. I was beginning to wonder when you'd show up. Timbermaster Beaton says he has some clients he wants to introduce to us. Well, why don't just stand there? Let's go. There you are. You are here. Good. Gerhard, you remember Cecil? Remember? I can hardly forget. It would be no exaggeration to say that I owned this woman my life. Do I remember you? Oh, the bow. Oh, I remember the bow now. That was from the level 50 quest, wasn't it? In fact, the reason I'm here is related to the time Cecil saved us. By the bow she brought, I was able to dry out the XIV forces that threatened us. Our victory against them has bolstered our unit's reputation. We have been receiving new recruits by the dozens since. In our latest batch, we received a mixture of eager Alamegans and Gordonians. If you do not yet see the problem, allow me to explain. There have always been certain racial tensions between the refugees and the locals. I thought holding a tea party might ease the unease between them. I was wrong. Now they seem to have an even greater aversion to one another. There you have it. I suggest you begin speaking with Gerhard's recruits to see how it exactly went wrong. If we can pinpoint the cause of their feud, it'll make that much easier for us to solve the problem. Yes, sir. You can count on me. So would you mind accompanying Semi? Mind you, this is an official request. It will not do to send someone who has yet to complete basic training to carry out this task alone. So, with the two of you then? Good. Now I imagine that most of my new recruits will be out and around the Adder's Nest. You should have no trouble finding them. Once you have finished, see that you report back to me. Yes, sir. Alright, let's go figure out what's going on. If you're here to talk with the captain, you're here to speak with me. Yes. Why don't we like them? Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Every time we try to reach out to them, how will you repaid? With hostility. Take the tea party Captain Gerhard arranged for us, for example. We attended hoping to turn over a new leaf. They, however, clearly came from different reasons, entirely because the moment we sat down, they served us Alamegan tea. It seems they have gone from refusing to accept our culture to openly spurning it. My apologies. I would like to leave it at that, lest anger get the best of me. If you wish to know more, however, perhaps you should try speaking with one of the Alamegan recruits. What's wrong with the Alamegan tea? Where are we going? Oh my god! What's wrong with the tea? I don't know. Semi, help me out here. Alright. Where you at, soldier? What's your deal? What are you looking at? Is there something you need? No, I suggest you move along. I can see why you're so hostile. Those questions should sound awful like the ones Captain Gerhard asked us yesterday. Is he the one who put you up to this? Every day we Alamegans bleed and fight and die to protect this country, and yet the Gridanians still regard us with the same suspicion and resentment that they do beastmen. Even so, we decided the tea party that Captain Gerhard arranged was a good chance for us to establish some common ground with them and find a way to lay aside some of our differences. We thought serving the Alamegan tea would be a good way to break the ice, but no! Our kind gesture was met only with a disdainful stares. Well, no longer will we be made to feel worthless by the Gridanians. From now on, we'll have nothing to do with them. What's wrong with the tea? I still want answers to what's wrong with the tea. I mean, the Alamegans went in with a good heart. Argonians are assholes. I mean, really? Where are we going? I see you've spoken with some of the Gerhardt's newest recruits. Do you have any ideas how we might put an end to their feud? A striking down should do the trick. I'm actually set of furniture should be together. Not really. Far Eastern style tea party should end the bickering. Far Eastern themed tea party? That might just work. No one would feel as though they were being snubbed, and the intimate setting might even provide them with a topic of conversation. You recall the tea house bench is a good guide, do you not? Very good. I suggest you craft one. Leave it to me. Alright, here's your bench. What's this? I've never seen anything like it. You're looking at a tea house bench, the quality of which is identical to those crafted by the master carpenters of the Far East. I like how he's holding it in his hand like it's like some miniature like object. Now, Simi, what have you made for us? Allow me to present you with this. This is exactly the same thing Cecil crafted. What led you to start upon a tea house bench? After speaking with the initiates, I surmised that both sides had attended a tea party hoping to reconcile the differences. Given the right environment, I reckon they still can. So I thought, why not hold a Far Eastern tea party? Not only would it provide them with a relaxed atmosphere, but it would give them a chance to bond over a culture that is different from their own. They have begun taking the needs of the clients into consideration, and in doing so, came to the same conclusion as Cecil, as evidence that you have matured as a carpenter. Well done. Now it's time to put your benches to the test. I would have the two of you take them to Apkalu Falls and set them up. Gerhard, gather your subordinates and Cecil and send me there. I will join you all shortly. Very well. Let's see if this works. Welcome, everyone. While I know our last tea party was by no means a rousing success, I appreciate how willing most of you were to give this idea a second chance. It seems some of you felt that certain cultures were disrespected at our last get-together. For that, I apologize. Regardless of where you're from, I value and respect every one of you, as you should each other. We are brothers and sisters in arms, family, if you will. I hope that this gathering, the craftsmen of the Carpenters Guild help me organize. This will allow you to realize that. Now for the fun part. Look at that! Fancy benches, fancy tea, fancy foods! What do you think, everyone? Before you is an exact replica of a tea house in Kugane. Kugane? As in the far eastern port city? Well, I suppose these decorations do have a certain exotic charm. A Kugane-style tea party, eh? So everything looks so elegant. These furnishings are almost as beautiful as those found in Gardania. Carpentry is a culture, and culture is ever present in our lives. One can learn a great deal about a people simply by looking at their furniture. Sitting upon these benches has made me realize there are many magnificent things in this vast world. And in my narrow-mindedness, I nearly missed out on them. We should have taken the time to learn more about you and where you're from. We eat meals together, we fight together, and yet because of our reluctance to speak with you, we know almost nothing about you. For that, we're sorry. No, as we must apologize. While many of us consider Gardania to be a second home, there is a lot about your culture that we have yet to fully grasp. They're all having a nice little laugh. Let's raise our cups and give it a toast to the start of a new and beautiful friendship. Have y'all been enjoying yourselves? Yes, it's been a long time since I last talked so much and laughed so hard. Thought we had absolutely nothing in common, but I was mistaken. Indeed, the more we speak, the more I come to realize how alike we are. I'm glad we finally found a way to put our differences aside. Good. Remember, on the battlefield, it matters not where you're from or where you were raised, only that you survive. For that, you'll need to rely on each other. Never forget that. Hello, right. Well done, the both of you. While fulfilling the client's needs with great finesse is something I have come to expect from Cecila. You surprised me, Semi. That you had the same idea as one of our guild's best artisans proves that you're one step closer to becoming a full-fledged carpenter. Do not, however, mistake that to mean that items you two have crafted are comparable quality. Even to the untrained eye, one is far superior to the other. Quality, however, is not everything. Your client was walked away feeling completely satisfied, and that is a tremendous accomplishment. Semi, if you continue to work hard, perhaps someday you'll come to be as good as this talented woman beside you. Thank you, sir. I shall remember this moment and continue honing my skills that they might one day rival Cecila's. Gah! Neither forgot. If I may be so bold to ask sir, what has it become of our guild? Will we recover from debt anytime soon? I beg your pardon? What debt? What debt? So long as we continue to receive commissions from the Order to enter, we need not want for capital. But sir, if not for the guild, why are you making work yourself so hard? You wouldn't even stop to take meals. Ah, yes. I was temporarily overcome by a desperate need to reconnect with the wood to achieve this. I began living as though a tree would, taking in only sunlight. Well, you're not a tree. You don't rely on photosynthesis to gain nutrients. My God. I really need to stop jumping into conclusions. Oh, and Cecil, please allow me to thank you once again. While it was a misunderstanding on my part that led us to the Far East, I couldn't be happy with the result. I'll be eternally grateful to you for seeing me through this journey and for all that you taught me. Though this particular adventure may be over, I have no doubts we will embark upon another together in the near future. Till then, I shall continue to practice some more. When next you see me, I may nearly be as good as you. Sadly, there's no continuation. At least, maybe in Endwalker, we will get some form of continuation. Cecily, your ability to inspire people never fails to astound me. It is in no small part thanks to you and that Simi has grown as much as she has. Your talent and the love you hold for your craft is a rarity even among the elite. I hope that you continue to use both to serve men and women all across Eorzea. Lord. Alright. And that is the end of the Carpenter levels 50 through 870 job quests. Oh man. Oh. That's one down. Got 7 more to go. Great. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Later.